and welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Mosby. Good afternoon, or indeed good morning. If you're watching us in America, great to have your company, and it's going to be such a brilliant day today here at Crafters TV. So much going on, so much to show you, and we kickstart with a masterclass where we're going to give you loads of hints, tips, demonstration, ideas on what I think is a brilliant range. You may have seen these before, but I haven't. The first time that I've brought the pop-up box ties to you on Crafters TV, and I am hugely excited because these are a lot of fun. If you've not seen them before, you are in for an absolute treat. If you've got them already, we'll be asking for your pictures a little bit later on. But seeing as we're talking about the pop-up box ties, someone popping up over the other side of the studio today is Fiona.
Hello. You don't see me for a while and then I'm back again.
I know.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. How are you? You okay?
I'm good. And looking forward to showing you these fabulous boxes as well. So
we're trying to get over to Fiona.
Yeah.
We can hear you. There we go.
There we go. I'm here. Hello. Good afternoon. Look at these. Aren't they fantastic? This is your Christmas pop-up box. And you might be sitting there thinking, well, why is it a pop-up box, Fiona? Because this is a fabulous box which will fold flat. Look at that, to go in the post. But when somebody opens it, ta-da! So you've got Christmas themed. We've also got a gorgeous, now I love this, we've also got this beautiful stag. Isn't that gorgeous? That's the first one I'm demonstrating with. But if Christmas, you're not ready for Christmas, what about looking at the everyday? If you haven't seen the everyday ones yet, look at these.
Love them.
So you've got those beautiful birthday cakes, and this is a favourite. Imagine sending that instead of a bunch of flowers. Maybe you can't send flowers to somebody. What about sending virtual flowers? So you pop it together in an envelope, and when they open it up, ta-da, ready to sit on a windowsill or just to brighten the kitchen. Absolutely gorgeous.
Such a brilliant idea, and you are going to have lots of fun with these collections, I can guarantee you. Loads of people already watching today. Must say good morning to Diana from Indianapolis, Tammy from Tennessee, CJ from Colorado, Ray from Tennessee says howdy y'all, Sherilyn from South Carolina, Laurie from Ohio, and Suzette also with us as well. Great to have your company. If you're wondering how to get in touch, I'll do that for you in just a bit. But let's get you started on what we've got coming up on the show. Lots of goodies to pop into your carts and baskets over the course of the next couple of hours. Now, these tri-blends are absolutely brilliant. I'm sure you're going to be seeing these over the course of the next couple of hours or so. If you want to get kind of professional blending with minimal fuss, these are the ones to go for. We've got a whole range of different colours for you. You can see us just flicking through all of the different varieties. They're 6-piece sets, $19.99 or $29.95, and don't forget you get the 3 different hues, if you like, within each pen, and it's 20% off if you use Spectrum 20. That's the code that you need at checkout. So fill up your baskets, take advantage of the deals. We've just gone through a few of the different shades for you there, and you can see the full selection at our website. Also, other bits and pieces you might want to pop into your basket today. The Gemini stamp and die sets. Now we've got, again, different ideas for you, different varieties here. We've got Thanks for Everything. We've got Let's Celebrate as well. Also, with Deepest Sympathy, we've got You're Happy and Sorry You're Leaving. Plus, we've got You Make Me Smile. These are all $5.99 individually or $7.95. Or we've got a little bundle deal for you, any 3 for £15 or $20. Again, get to the website and have a look. We don't have huge stock levels on those, so do just have a little look and pop them in your basket if you want to grab them. Something you will definitely want to go for, I am sure, if you haven't got them, are the pop-up boxes. Now, as Fiona was saying, we've got the different varieties for you on the show. This is the Christmas pop-up box, stamp and die set. So it's a 6-piece collection in that you get the dies and the stamps with each of the mini collections to go with it. And again, what I love about this is that, yes, you know, you can use these kind of for your standard cards, but once you've got that box die as well, then you can make these unbelievable pop-up boxes. They're so much fun. The great thing is, as we've seen, they fold flat. but like Fiona was showing you, we get these out of the envelope, boom, you get that explosion of whatever it might be. And with this particular collection, you have got the Poinsettia Delights. So that's the first little collection that you've got within the Christmas. Then, I mean, come on, how cute is this? You've got Father Christmas and his reindeer. And there you go again. So the box opens. It's almost like a chimney, isn't it? I suppose you could decorate it like a chimney. Pops open, and there's Father Christmas and all of his reindeer as well. Also in this collection, I mean, brilliant. Again, you've got the snowmen. Just absolutely love this. All of the corresponding stamps to bring these to life as well. Next up. I mean, nothing better than this. I love doing this at Christmas time as well. Something that we didn't do until recently in the Mosby household, building the little gingerbread house where you can build your very own gingerbread house with this next collection, which pops to life in this pop-up box. Also, take a look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. This is our Christmas cottage. Again, a wonderful sort of snowy scene, if you like, with the beautiful stag, the beautiful deer. We've got all of the trees there as well, and that sort of mountain scene too, to bring you a really wonderful design when this pops up and brings real joy to the recipient. And then finally, a little bit more traditional, I suppose, really. We've got the Away in a Manger, which brings you that nativity scene with Mary and Joseph and the three wise men. You've got the star, of course, there as well. And again, nice and easy to do. All the stamps, all the dies that you need to put these together. £70 or $95. You're saving almost £20 or almost $25. 6-piece collection with 118 elements included in that. Now, you're probably going to want some papers to decorate your boxes as well. We've got the ability to do that for you as well. These are absolutely sumptuous. This is the pop-up box Christmas 12 by 12 pad. And again, you can see that you have got loads in here as far as decorating your boxes are concerned. I mean, obviously, you're going to use these in all of your Christmas crafts, but basically what you've got here is a great way to be able to decorate your boxes with corresponding papers for all of the different scenes. Love that. Candy canes, brilliant. For all of the corresponding scenes that you've got with those pop-up box dies as well. So if we just have a look through here, loads of brilliant designs, lots that you can get your teeth into. More candy canes, love it. And again, lots of Christmassy scenes as well, but not, as I say, just for your boxes. All sorts of Christmas crafting. 180 GSM, your 12 by 12s, 48 sheets in there too. Now, if you're a bit Christmased out, and you think to yourself, well, actually, I like the pop-up box ideas, but have you got just like an everyday collection? Yes, we have indeed. And this is the next idea for you. So the everyday pop-up box stamp and die collection brings you a whole host of really, really cool characters, really popular on this. So within this particular collection, we do have this Ocean Paradise. We've also got, oh, look at this. I mean, come on, right? This is, which one's this called? The Unicorn, or the Once Upon a Time. Look, folds flat, as you can see. Open it up, boom. I mean, who would not love that? Unicorns and rainbows and fairy castles, and look at that, pumpkin coaches. I mean, that is just absolutely brilliant. That's included in there as well. I'm excited because I've forgotten which ones I've got here. Let's pop this next one up. Whoop. Look at that. You have to make your own sound effects. This one is the Floral Boutique again. So if you love your flowers and your butterflies, that's included in the everyday collection. And of course, I suppose you can add, you know, as many of these dies as you want and make it as, you know, bountiful as you want, really. Decorate it with all the different papers too to create some really beautiful boxes. And what else have I got here? Let's pop this one open. Whoop. That one again, oh, the vintage, oh, hello, the vintage tea party. So take a look at that. That is bunting, that is cakes. It's absolutely gorgeous. You got a little cake stands on there as well, all wonderfully decorated too. Also included in this collection, which ones haven't I shown you? You have got your Floral Boutique, your Vintage Tea Party, the Once Upon a Time, you've got Ocean Paradise, Happy Birthday, You've got I Believe in Fairies, and you've got the Back to Nature as well. Now, the brilliant thing about these collections is they're a great deal all in all. However, if you just want to try them individually, you can. And if you maybe want a couple of Christmassy ones and you want a couple of everyday ones, we've got the ability for you to mix and match as well. So basically it is 2 for £26 or 2 for $35 on the mix and match if you want to go that way. I'm going to leave those up for now because they make me happy. Next up, just want to show you the 8x8 paper pad as well. So again, if you want to pop this into your basket, it's going to work beautifully with your everyday collection. There's some Christmassy bits in there as well if you want to use that for your Christmas pop-up boxes. But just great to have the choice, I suppose, recently, because I know there's some people perhaps who prefer working with a 12x12. You've got the 8x8 size there as well. Lots of different designs with your ginghams, with your florals in there as well. Got sort of your brickwork going on there and your zigzag chevrons in there too. More florals. And plenty of designs and ideas in that for you. That is your 8x8 pop-up box paper pad, £8.50 today or $13. 48 sheets in there again, 180 GSM. One thing that you will definitely need if you're going for these pop-up boxes is the very clever pop-up box style. Let me just shift those to the side again. So here it is. So this is the kind of mechanics, I suppose, if you like, behind it all. So get this into your basket and it is going to allow you to get that pop-up effect. So you've got all of the mechanics and then you've got actually lots of little different tags and bits and pieces that you can kind of decorate your box with, and the layers for you to be able to add all of the different characters and all of the different pieces to those boxes so that when they open up they will spring to life. So definitely go for that. $24.99 or $39.95. Once again, if you're looking at all of this and you're thinking, well, is it complicated to put together? How do I then use that in conjunction with this? That's what Fiona's here for, you see, to take you through it all and show you how easy it is. Now, if you have already got this collection, we would love to see what you've been up to, what you've been crafting. And also, as per usual, we love a bit of a chat and a bit of a natter. Today is National Coffee Day. So we want to know, whilst you're crafting today, or maybe you were crafting yesterday, who's been drinking the poshest coffee whilst they've been crafting? Get social with us at Facebook, on Instagram, and indeed via our YouTube channel. Now, producer Laura, I think, wins the game so far. I mean, I literally had a white coffee, you know, with the granules and a bit of milk, so that was it, a white coffee. But Laura, she'll remind me, she had a vegan pumpkin spice latte. I mean, I don't even know really what that is. Oh, with cream on top as well. So please, poshest coffees. Who's drinking what coffee today? Fiona, what did you have for your coffee?
Flat white this morning.
Oh, flat white.
Yeah, I just needed coffee this morning.
Yeah, any coffee will do, really. Yeah, so you can beat me and Fiona, I'm sure. Can you go further than Laura? Get in touch, please. What you're drinking with your coffee, and let's see pictures of your pop-up boxes. But let's go over to Fiona. Let's chat about these. And
yes.
If people are seeing these for the first time, is this quite an easy concept to get involved with?
Do you know, it's super easy, and the end result belies how super easy it is. Come and have a look at these. I just love this Christmas one. The reason we've given you the background, the box die separate, is if you've already bought the box die, maybe you're just going to go for some of these beautiful decorative collections. I love that Santa Claus done in the traditional green. But look at that. Oh my word, that is absolutely gorgeous. That is the gingerbread. Now that is a real gingerbread party going on there, isn't it?
Wow.
It really is. Or maybe if you want to go more traditional, take a look just at that. Isn't that the most beautiful, serene nativity?
Really cute.
Absolutely gorgeous. So what we're going to do is we're going to get stuck in right away. I'm just going to move that to one side. And this is the one we're going to be making.
Aww.
So we are using the Christmas cottage. I'm using some of the papers.
Yep.
And we're also using the box die. So come and have a look and I will show you what we're going to use.
Okay.
So this is your box die. You're going to cut this part out twice, there we go, to make your box. And you also have got your side bits here which make the actual straps to go in as well. And I'm also using, if I move that to one side, I'm also using, here we go, we've got the beautiful Christmas cottage. So that, if I pop that there, you'll be able to see it more. Look, so you get all of those stamps in this one.
Gorgeous.
And then you get all the bits to cut them out. So there's your hills, there's your deer, your snowflakes in there as well, your little sprays in there, your little house, which you can see just here. So your dies all match as well, which is fabulous. Now the die set themselves will go, if you're making the base stamp, the base box, the dies themselves will fit through your Gemini Junior, which is good to know.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using mine on my Gemini now, just so I can explain how this works. If you have a look at it, right, this is one of your flaps, and that's going to cut, and that one's going to cut.
Yeah.
This is as long as you need it to be, because this is the die. You'll notice it hasn't got a cut-off line here. That means you can make a really tall box at the top there, or you can make a really short little box.
Oh, okay.
Just at the time. So you decide how long you want the box to be. So it's useful to have your big score as well around at the same time. So I'm just, oh yes, I've got one. That's handy. I didn't check beforehand. So what we're going to do, and I'm using our stamping card, which you'll find on the show as well. So just for ease, what I'm going to do is pop that at about 1 inch up. So we're just going to pop that there. So I'm just measuring to make sure this base line is on the inch on my mat. If you haven't got one of these glass mats, you can measure it up, but it's entirely up to you.
But from what you've just said then, so obviously the boxes that we've got on the show are all sort of similar size, but you've got the ability to be able to change the height of the box if you want to be able to do that.
Absolutely. You can make it a huge box if you want it to be. I mean, you could almost make it into...
big enough so I could pop out of?
Wow, that may be tricky. That may be tricky. But we do know, give it a go. But you could make it a wine bottle size box.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm just thinking, I wonder if you could adapt it. Right, I'm just going to run this through.
Lots of people already saying that they've got their pop-up boxes. I'm so excited, says Angie, for this show to get more ideas on the pop-ups. Made a co-worker a pop-up card and she proudly displays it on her desk.
Oh, how lovely.
They are the kind of cards, aren't they, that people are going to proudly display, keep on the mantelpiece for many a day, many a week, because they are something a little bit different and a real wow project.
They really are. So let me just pop these out of the way, but somewhere where I can still find them in a minute when I need to use them again. Okay, where's mine? Right.
So much going on today, isn't there, eh?
There is. There really, really is. We've got a lot of stuff going on, but look, I will just show you what's happened here. So we take our tape off just there, because it's easier sometimes to see when you've actually got it cut. So that was your base die, so you can see that bit is cut to there. So all I'm going to do is just snip up to that line there and snip that bit away.
Okay.
And then what you do, this is how you make it as big or as high as you want. Can you see? You've got a score line here. You've got little score lines there and a score line just down there.
Okay,
there we go.
Yeah, can see it.
You've got score lines just there, if I tilt. There we go. Okay, so all you're going to do is extend those score lines. And I think that is a genius idea. It just means you can make this box as big or as small as you fancy, which is just such a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
Is.
Absolutely.
So we're just going to score that one down there, and this one just down there, and then you fold and burnish them. Now, rather than me cut two, I have actually cut one beforehand. So
ever prepared, you see.
Yes, always, ever ready.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm just going to grab this one I've cut. Not taking care not to lose my deer at the same time.
Oh, don't lose your deer.
You don't want to be losing your deer.
Oh
okay.
Dear, says producer Laura. Dear, oh dear. I'll do the jokes. Oh dear, there we go.
In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to score this one down. I was obviously so quick, I haven't scored that down. So we'll just finish cutting that one there.
Well, whilst you're scoring and cutting,
there we go. Yeah.
Robbie says, hello from Foley, Alabama. I love my pop-up Christmas boxes. I have all of them.
Smashing.
Plus the everyday ones. You can use any small dies to create such a cute box. That's the other thing as well, isn't it? Of course, you know, if you have got other dies that you can fit into these boxes, I suppose you can create your own version of a pop-up box, whatever it might be. Please do send in your photos if you like. Robbie, if you like, Monica as well. Monica, and who was that? Else was it? Angie, saying that she sent that card to a co-worker. Send in pictures, please, of your boxes that you've made. We'd love to see them. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk.
Okay, so I am just folding these just on here. Now, one of them, this one here, I'm going to leave upright because that's going to be the base of my card, and I'm just going to fold this one back down here. So to go over that again, in case you're following with me, you've got two pieces which you've cut, you've extended your score lines, and then you've creased and burnished all the folds in the card. Don't worry about these 3 lines at the moment. That is going to be where you put your little your little stays, which you're going to attach your characters onto.
Right.
And then this one, I folded both the pieces back. There we go. And that one is going to sit there. And you see this beginning to come together.
Beginning to take shape now, isn't it?
Beginning to come together. But what we're going to do, before we put this in, you've got your little, can you see these little ties, those little lines that you've got in there, that's just markers for you to put your little stands in.
Okay.
It's all very clever, isn't it?
How many can you put in there? How many stands can you put in?
As many as you fancy. We've marked off 3.
Yeah.
But quite honestly, as many as you fancy putting in, you will be able to put it in.
And also, just whilst you're crafting, Rosalind says, is there a certain paperweight to use since these will be boxes?
I would use our stamping card, which I think is 250 GSM.
Okay, so 250 and upwards,
So
is it really?
250 and upwards. Centura Pearl card, perfect for this kind of thing as well. And you'll have plenty of that on the website. The nice thing, if you want to use Centura Pearl, is you don't have to decorate your box because you've got all that pretty card on there already. So look, there we go. Ta-da. That's just so easy, isn't it? So there's the empty box. So all I'm going to do now is to pop the little struts in. Struts, that's the word I was looking for. There you go.
Strutting your stuff over there.
That'll work.
Yeah.
And you just stick those in. So pop one side on, and I'm using the little lines in here just as a guide.
I suppose the more struts you put in, I mean, the fuller it's going to look, but then
that's right.
I suppose the less flat it will fold, I guess, won't it, if you put in like loads and loads. But
yes,
I would be
but I
tempted
mean,
to put in a few.
it's pretty easy to put. So look, there's one. There you go.
Yeah.
So you've got one in just there. And then we're just going to put the other 2 in as well.
So that's just threaded through and then a bit of, you're using the tape pen to stick.
I'm using the tape pen. Yeah, trusty tape pen.
Yeah, can't go wrong, can you?
It's just so easy. Then we'll just put the second one in. So that is going to sit there. Now, it might be a me thing.
Right.
It might be a me thing.
Yeah.
But I find if you fold your strut, let me show you what I've done. I folded that little strut that way and this little one going forwards.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I find that helps when you're folding the box as well.
Yeah, okay. So,
but that might just be a me thing.
No, I can see that. In my mind as well, that kind of makes it a bit more stable.
Yes. Yes. So here we go. So we'll just put this final one in. And of course you can vary the height of these as well. So that's going to sit in there. And this one is just going to sit, there we go, in there. So now, look, there you are. You've got your 3 lines. So now this is ready to decorate. So I've got lots of decorating bits and pieces right here.
Now with the decoration, obviously we've got the 12 by 12 and the 8 by 8 pads.
Yes.
I mean, which would you tend to go for? With 12 by 12 or 8 by 8 or a bit of both, or?
Bit of both.
Yeah.
Bit of both, because you've got some really nice shapes and bits and pieces you can use. So what I've done is I have taken, right, I've in this set that you've got with the box base,
Yeah.
here we are, we're going back to the box base now. In here, can you see you have got your rectangular panel, which means, there you go, that is going to cut that one out. Can you see perfectly? So you're always going to get the same size. And similarly with the square shape, just use that to cut and you're going to get your perfect size, which just makes life so much easier. And of course you've got all your little templates on there as well. So it's one of those really super simple sets of dies that is quite useful to have. So we will just pop a wee bit of tape on the back of these, and then you can start decorating
fun stuff,
the box
isn't it?
as well.
It's the kind of thing as well, isn't it, with this sort of collection that you can craft along with somebody at home. You know, maybe with the kids and grandkids as well. Get a bit of a, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Assembly line, production line. Yeah, get a production line going. Get the boxes made. Get all the characters cut out and stamped, and away you go. Mix and match them up as well. You know, create your own little boxes. Create your own little scenes. I just think these are brilliant. Again, if you're, especially the Christmas ones, if you're sort of stuck in a bit of a rut with your Christmas card making, you think, oh, I'll do the same thing every year. This is something very, very different.
Absolutely. And you know, you can still decorate the box. I mean, I'm going to put one on here because I want to get on and show you these characters, because the characters are absolutely gorgeous. So there we go. That's your basic box done and ready.
Easy peasy.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of stamping. So what we're going to do is grab my stamping platform. Here we go.
Yes,
I mean, this is just the most helpful thing to have. It really is. So we will pop that down there. And put that away, there we go. And then you've got all of those characters, depending on the collection you go for, you've got all the different characters that you can stamp up. So you don't have to use them all. You could have a whole host of reindeer going on here as well. Now I'm going to be colouring these with my tri-blend pens.
Okay.
So useful to use an alcohol-proof ink, and we've got the alcohol-proof ink pads on the show as well. So we'll just use those two.
So you're using this is Christmas Cottage, isn't it? That you're
this
using
is Christmas
right now?
Cottage. I just love the deer. I think it's gorgeous. Okay. So, okie dokie. Hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight. There we go. So this is the Finesse alcohol-proof ink, and the reason I'm using that is because straight away it's going to be ready for me to use my tri-blend pens on. So that is just going to turn round, and there we go. So I've got my deer and I've got my little house going on there as well. So we'll pop these just down here, and then we can get to colouring. Okay, so I'm going to use the tri-blend pens.
We'll flash up the details of those on the screen right now. We've got a whole host of different colours available for you. $19.99 or $29.95, but you get 6 pens within each collection, and if you enter the code Spectrum20 at checkout, you will get an extra 20% off as well. So a great time to buy these. That code again, Spectrum20, and the whole point of these, again, if people are new to them, so you get this. You get the both ends, don't you, and one in the middle, which allow you to blend your colours perfectly.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. That's exactly it, Ben. So you can see I've got all of mine here.
Oh, you have.
There you go. Which is a great way of being able to show them. So I know if I grab my muted brown, and I'm going to grab, I think, my alpine green and maybe my dull green blends. So what I've got here with my muted brown, if I show you just up here, you get your light, your
Yep.
mid and your dark in one pen. So that means when I start to colour this fabulous deer, I'm going to go in with my lightest colour first and just lay down a heap of colour just down here. And of course you can take your time to do that. I mean, they are just gorgeous, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, they make colouring effortless, and that's why we love them, because they're a great, I always feel that they're a great place to start.
Yeah, because we have a lot of different pens, don't we, on
Yeah.
Crafty TV. So these really are I'm not saying not entry level, but for people who want to get into colouring and into blending all of the different hues, these are perfect for that, aren't they?
They are. Do you know, I tend to use them as my crafting on the go pens.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate, I have all of the pens. These ones tend to be my crafting on the go. If I think I'm only going to be doing a little bit of colouring, these would be the ones I'd be taking out.
Yeah.
Because you've got that quick, simple 3-pen blend there, but I don't have to take my full collection out. So you can see you're then going in with your mid colour and just blending under there as well. Maybe. But
what it does give you, isn't it, a really professional finished project, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. So we're just going to go down his legs there and just down there, and then I'm going to go back in with my lightest colour and just blend those. I'm just going to flick some onto his tail because he's going to have a little white tail.
Lots of love coming in for all the collections. Anne says, I like the pop-up sound effect. Oh yeah, you have to make your own sound effect when you pop your own boxes up. That doesn't come with the collection, unfortunately, but I'm sure you'll be fine with that. Kathy says on Facebook, I've just got this collection, can't wait to start using it. And Beverly on Facebook says, good morning from Kentucky. I just got my first CC order yesterday, so I'm very excited. Fantastic. I got the Away in a Manger pop-up box, which is great. Monica on Facebook says, I'm making the vintage tea party for my daughter-in-law. And Angie saying the instructions that came with the pop-up for the tabs was so helpful. Lots of chat. We'll talk about coffee in a second as well, because lots of people sharing their posh coffees today, or not so posh coffees, which we'll look at in a second. The great thing about these collections, as I said, you're obviously seeing one from the Christmas collection, but we've got the everyday collection as well. So pretty much you've got a pop-up box, I think, for most occasions. And even if you haven't, you can incorporate some of your own dies into making your own box, can't you? You
absolutely can. So let me just show you what happens next.
Okie dokie.
So let me just grab this one here. So you can see, I've just moved on to the one where I've coloured. So you can see, you can get all of that depth and dimension on your fabulous little deer. So what I'm going to do now, because this little fella, I'm just cutting him out roughly, but you don't need to do that, because if you've got the Gemini Mini, look at this, that is going to fit through your Gemini Mini. So you get your matching die.
Yes.
And you just very simply sit it over the top just there. And then you can pop him through your Mini. So all of the dies in the collections, in the little collections, which decorate the box, you're going to be able to put through the Mini. So if you just want to use them as fantastic decorations on cards, on everyday cards, and just increase your stamp and die collection, you absolutely can. I think that is sensational, I really do.
Yeah, and saying I really like that they include those dies, makes it even easier. And Yolanda's saying on YouTube they look so much fun to make. Yeah, they really are fun, and as you're seeing here, look at that, beautifully
so simple, isn't it?
Yeah, you're away.
So simple. So now we're going to bring in that box again, and then all we're going to do is to decorate it with some of the little characters that I've got here. So what we've got, do you know, today I'm having one of those days where picking things up is being unnecessarily challenging.
To be honest, you've got a counter full of all sorts of stuff, and I know it's a very busy day here today at Crafty TV, because we've got the masterclass going on. We've got Cartload later on. Fiona's going to be leaving this show 15 minutes before the end, because she's got to go live on a show at Create and Craft later on. And of course, there's been loads of hubbub and lots going on here in our studios, because it is the HSN preview show a little bit later on. It is a 4-hour extravaganza.
Wow.
You're going to be seeing Craig, you're going to be seeing Sarah, Derek's going to be taking you through it all as well. So there's plenty to look forward to. And as I mentioned, cartload coming up at 4 o'clock UK time. So plenty of crafty goodness coming your way today.
So I'm just going to show you this little fella, and then I will show you the finished box. So then you see, you just create your own scene, essentially. So if I bring this one round, you can see where I'm going with that little fella. And there's the one that I finished, that I brought in. So you can see, I mean, it can be really, really simple to get these done, but you're going to have so much you can play with this whole collection. It's fabulous.
Absolutely love it, and you are loving it too. If you want to go for the Christmas pop-up box stamp and die collection, there it is on your screen right now. Really busy, £70 or $95. We've got a multi-buy available for you as well, as we said, because we do have the Christmas version and the everyday version as well. Do you want to quickly just see all of the Christmas ones as well? I've mixed these up a little bit, but we'll try. Don't worry, we'll try our very best to go through them. So, within the Christmas collection, you are going to get your Away in a Manger. And remember, like Fiona was showing you with all of these, you get all of these beautiful characters, and then you get the dies to go with them as well to allow you to cut out all the characters and make your own scene. So that is Away in a Manger. Love it. You've got Mary and Joseph. You've got the stable there, of course, and all of the different pieces that make up the nativity. So that's the first one that you're going to get within this collection. You're then also going to get this amazing Christmas cottage. So this is the one that we saw just a few seconds ago there with that beautiful stag, and then the ability to be able to build up that scene with the mountains in the background and the trees and the snowflakes. It is all there. That's also in the Christmas scene. Remember, you can go for these individually should you want to, and if you want to mix and match, you can do that as well. Now, next up is our gingerbread house. I mean, how much fun is this? Very, very cute indeed. Really Christmassy. And then again, look, you can then die cut out all your characters. So you've got gingerbread man, gingerbread woman, you've got the candy canes, and you've got the gingerbread house there as well. How cute is that? To say, think about crafting along with the kids and the grandkids this year. They're going to absolutely love these collections. Next up, this is pretty cool. See what I did there? This is the snowmen. Again, the ability for you to be able to pop these out nice and easily with the dies that come with it. We've then got Father Christmas. I mean, Christmas would not be Christmas without Father Christmas and his reindeer. There's Rudolph, look. So you can create, I like this, it's kind of a bit like the sort of rooftop scene, isn't it, with the chimney, and Father Christmas there with his sleigh and his sack of toys. Giving Rudolph all the directions that he needs. So that one is included in this collection. And then, just to kind of prove that we've got something for everybody, this is your Poinsettia Perfection. Is that what it's called? Poinsettia Delights. I think I made the name there, but I quite like mine. So again, you can see that you've got a beautiful poinsettia flower popping out of the box with the candles, all of that foliage there as well. So £70 for the lot or $95. Or as I've said, you can go for those individually. Now, also proving really popular are the everyday collection. Now, again, with these, you're going to get 6 different themes, if you like. Now, within that, we've just got a few of them here to show you. I really, really love these. You've got your floral boutique in there. You've got this amazing Once Upon a Time, which is unicorns and fairies and rainbows and fairy castles. If you want to go under the sea, you can do that as well with the Ocean Paradise. Come on. I know if my daughter was watching, what time is it? Oh no, she won't be watching. Well, she ought not be watching. She should be at school. She would love this. Mermaids and unicorns and fairies. It's just the cutest thing. We've also got in there your vintage tea party as well. So again, your little cake stands. You've got your cups of tea in there, you've got your teapot, all of these different things. I love with this one as well, do you know what? Just to kind of raise this up just a little bit, this one's just actually popped onto little pieces of acetate to kind of raise the characters out of the box even more and give it even more of a sort of a wobble effect there as well. We've got the Believe in Fairies too. Seriously, I mean, how much joy is there on this counter right now? Look at that. Those are all your fairies too. Basically, within this collection, you have got your Back to Nature, I Believe in Fairies, you've got your Happy Birthday, you've got your Under the Sea, you've got your Once Upon a Time, also your Vintage Tea Party, and that Floral Boutique as well. Just phenomenal. £78 for the everyday collection, $104. Or mix and match them as well. If you want to mix and match, it's a 2 for £26 or 2 for $35 deal. Now, I am not surprised to learn that we have been inundated with pictures of what you have been making. I mean, how much fun are you guys having crafting with these pop-up boxes? Look at Michelle's pop-up box there. That's with the Poinsettia Perfection or Poinsettia Delights. I prefer my name for it. So there you go. Again, love that, Michelle. Thank you so much for sending that in. And then I think this one is sort of a bit of a mix and match, isn't it? Because you've got Father Christmas, you've got Rudolph, the trees in there as well with some beautiful holly and ivy included in there too. Karen absolutely love that. Oh, Karen's been going to town, seriously. There's another picture coming from Karen here, which again is the beautiful flowers from the Everyday collection. Love, love, love it. And again, you can see because you've got the slats, the different layers, you can create so much and so many different pop-ups. This is Wendy's with the birthday party, the happy birthday. So again, it's the presents, the balloons, the cakes. It just looks brilliant. I love that, but then I love this from Wendy as well. You know, a little bit sort of more pulled back, I suppose, less going on there in the pop-up box, but you've still got that amazing scene. And that's the brilliant thing with it as well, because the fact that you've got those different slats, if you like, you can create that depth, can't you? You can have the foreground and the background to create some really, really interesting designs as well. Mix and match these up. Don't miss out. Remember, if you haven't got it yet, you will need to go for the base die as well. So do make sure that you pop that into your basket. That's the kind of framework, if you like, to allow you to create that pop-up effect. Details coming up on the screen here. We don't have huge stocks of that, so if you want to be able to create the boxes, you will need that. It's $24.99 or $39.95. If you want to go for that today. So many messages coming in, but we'll go through those after we've set Fiona off on our next demo. What are you up to next?
So I thought, ta-da! Just a box of flowers.
Oh,
so when
why
you
not?
can't send people a bunch of flowers, you can always send them a box of flowers. Isn't that gorgeous? And look what's snuck in there. Can you see? That's that thanks die from that incredible collection. We'll have a look at that as well in a moment. But doesn't that look bright and cheerful?
Love it.
Absolutely gorgeous. Right, so we're back to our box base die. If you haven't got this, this is the one you need to fit in. So this is your pop-up box card. So this is the one you need to get if you haven't already got it, because this is the one which makes the box mechanism itself. And you can see you get your struts, you get your layering panels, and you get all your extras. So here's my card. You're going to pop your die on here and you're going to run it through your Gemini. And when you've run it through your Gemini, what you're going to get is a piece of card which looks like this. So that is what's going to cut. And you can see this time I've left my box really long.
Yeah.
Really long. You know, we were saying about the different depths.
Yes.
So this one, I've left my paper and card at 9 inches. So this is 9 inches. So you cut the top, then you're going to take it onto your scoreboard and just continue these 2 score lines down as I did before, and then fold and burnish it. So you just fold. When we talk about fold and burnishing, what we're talking about is getting a nice crease in all of these. That's essentially what it means. So we're just going to fold one there and one there on one. And then on the second one, we're not going to fold this bit because that's going to be the back of the box.
Okay.
But we are going to fold the little one over, the long crease, there we go, and the little side bit just there. And then what we're going to do is to put the 2 together. So you see each bit has got one of these side panels which you're just going to use to stick it to the other piece. So let's get my tape pen.
Whilst you're sticking, Kathy's asked, what is the A4 white stamping card for? Is it more suitable for stamps than regular cardstock?
Do you know, it's just a useful all-round card. I tend to use it for construction card. If I want something slightly thicker than my Nina, I use it for small embellishments. I mean, if I'm doing something which is going to be alcohol pen heavy, I will use my Nina cardstock. If I'm just doing like a little flower, like I'm doing here, the stamping card is absolutely fine for that. Yeah, it's just a good all-round card, and it's a nice weight, which means for construction, like here, it's really useful. So can you see I'm just laying those two bits together, just there.
Yeah.
And then I'm just folding that bit down and giving it a bit of a rub. There we go.
Renee says, good morning and afternoon, Ben and Fiona from Minnesota. I love making the pop-up box card. Diana on Facebook, I've just gotten mine, but haven't yet played with it. Plan to play with it this weekend.
Fantastic. Well, this has been well timed then, hasn't it?
Absolutely. And Ryan Tyler on YouTube says, good morning, crafters. These are my favourite CC products to play with. Lots of people loving the pop-up boxes. Lots of people drinking coffee whilst they're crafting as well today.
Oh, so what kind of coffee are people drinking?
So Stephanie Thomas on YouTube says, I put ice cream in my coffee or whipped cream. Ice cream in coffee, yeah? Is it? I don't know what the thing is. I don't know all the names. Like I'm not going to be able to pronounce this one. Katie says I have an espresso machine, so drinking caramel macchiato.
Macchiatos.
What's it called?
Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Yeah.
Macchiato. I think I got it. Irish cream, says Kathy as well, in the coffee. Yeah, something a little bit. Well, you know, extra. Yeah, well, I might have to try all of these then tomorrow when I have me coffee. I might have to try these.
So what kind of coffee maker do you have? Do you have a French press or do you have a stove top one?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I've got a kettle.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, you don't have a little stove pot. I have a little pot that you stick on the stove to make my coffee, like a little old-fashioned percolator.
Really?
One of the Italian mocha pots.
Oh, do you know what? I don't have one of these, but I love them. And if you ever go to like a posh hotel, you get the one with the whoop. The plungy one.
Yeah, the French press, yes.
Is that what that is?
That's called, yeah, we call it a cafetier, but they also call it a French press.
Ah.
There you go.
Yeah, I've got coffee, granules, and a kettle. Oh, and a bit of the old moo juice as well. I like.
Ah.
But yeah, producer Laura's got says I got the one that George Clooney likes.
Right.
Dear.
Okay. Do you know the other thing? You can get fresh coffee in bags now. I know. How amazing is that? I tried one of those the other day.
Coffee bags.
Wow, coffee bags, like tea bags,
Yeah.
but of coffee. What a sense! What a clever idea!
It's a
Why
clever
done
idea.
it take so long to organise that, eh?
Well, I know that is one of those things, isn't it? You think it would have been quite simple that people would have, done that a few years ago. But there you are. I'm going to have to go out shopping, aren't I? I'm going to have to go out shopping for some coffee bags, some macchiatos. What's it called again? Macchiato and a French pot, or whatever you say.
Yeah, a cafetier.
Yeah, one of them. Cafetier. Yeah. It's an education today, crafting and coffee.
Yeah, there we go. Well, it is my my topic, coffee. It's definitely my topic. Have you seen all the bottom of my coffee cups on my Facebook page?
Oh yes, I remember now. So you
Yeah.
showed me that the other night.
Yes.
Is that on Instagram you do that?
No, on my Facebook page.
Right.
So on Fiona Clayton Crafter's Companion,
Yeah.
there's a lot of pictures of the bottom of my coffee cups. Because why wouldn't you, really? So here we go.
What with the fact that you have like the bottom of your coffee cups just.
You know all the dregs?
Yeah.
You know all the bits, all the grounds which don't get filtered out?
Mm.
Well, I tend to deliberately leave them at the base of the coffee, and then very often you just see what you can see in there.
What, like reading a fortune?
Yeah, except it's not that technical.
Oh.
You know, it really is. You know, well, what can you see? And we see all sorts in them. We really do. You can have flowers and mountains, and yeah, people. We have a little coffee cup club.
Kind of like back in the day, I don't know if they do it anymore. Do you remember those magic eye books that you used to be able to get?
Yes.
And you used to stare at them and you used to see what you could see. So we stare into the bottom of your coffee mug and see what we can see.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
I am going to be following you on
Absolutely.
Facebook to that. I've got my night sorted out. I'm going to have a cup of macchiato, and I'm going to see what I can see at the bottom and compare notes for Fiona's page. Wow, what a Thursday night I've got lined up.
Anyway, there we go. So at the moment, all I'm doing is I've just used some of that lovely pad. Now this is the 8x8 pad I'm using at the moment, the everyday pad.
Yeah.
Just to decorate the outside of the box as well. So just going to put that, and then we can get on to doing what I think is the fun bit,
Yeah.
which is decorating all the inside bits and pieces
I noticed
as
a lot
well.
of the finished samples over here have the little characters on little strips of acetate as well.
Yes, to make them pop, so you
Yeah.
can have them bouncing around. Yeah, absolutely. It's such a brilliant idea. Just put them in with some tape. But there is my box base,
Okie doke.
just all done. And there we go. I'm just going to hold that there. Well, that's just typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
I decided to show you on the
Now, go now.
overhead. So there we go. So that's the box base.
That's 20% of the stock gone, by the
Wow.
way. Details at the bottom of your screen.
And then what I'm going to do is, you can see I'm using, ignore my packaging. I had a fight with it.
Right.
So we'll just pretend it looks very pretty. So I'm using the Floral Boutique.
Yeah.
So in the Floral Boutique, you're going to get all of these fabulous, and I mean, this is definitely one of those selections that you would be using for all your cards. So I love this, looks like a gerbera. And then look at all of these. You get all of the dies to cut them out. You even get that beautiful butterfly as well. So what I've done, as if by magic,
Aha!
is I have stamped some of these out. So I'm just going to grab, and again, what have I grabbed this time? Coral shades. So again, just grab one pen and you've got everything there ready to go. So we're going to start with the lightest colour down first. And then we're going to go to the dark colour, just at the base here. And I'm going to do some colouring.
All right. Well, Sandra says on Facebook, I'm intending to use these as bottle box tops for Christmas presents. Make a tall box bottom to fit the gift, then organise the size of the pop-up box to be lid size. I love that suggestion.
Fantastic.
Deborah Lafleur on YouTube says, nothing better than masterclass on the patio with coffee in hand on this cool weather in Louisiana. Great day to all. Deborah, thank you for that. Lovely surname as well, Lafleur. Monica on Facebook says, the pop-up boxes are so much fun to make, but they're much more fun to give and watch the complete surprise they give when gifted. My granddaughter's got one each the same day and opened them together, and the O's and R's are so rewarding. And that's the other point about this, isn't it? The fact that, you know what, as much as the recipient's going to get joy, you're going to get so much joy watching all of your, I say hard work, but, you know, all of your crafting really appreciated. Ryan on YouTube says, I sent one of these to my brother for his birthday, and even at 52 years old, he got such a kick out of it. That's the thing.
Brilliant.
You're never too old for a pop-up box card, are you not, Fiona?
No, definitely not. And I think you can really go to town with these. And I love the fact that with all these different collections, it means you can absolutely personalise them. You do not have to make the same one twice. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
There's a lot of love for your necklace on the socials today as well.
Oh, right, okay,
A lot of
thank you
people
very much.
Very impressed with your necklace.
Thank you very much.
And on the coffee front, June on YouTube says, I have a French press too, Fiona. Love using that with my fresh ground coffee. Yeah. Costa Rican is my fave, says Sweet Imp on Facebook. I used to roast coffee beans in Chesterfield at a boutique specialist coffee shop. Oh, by the way, must just say hello to our stores, because I must do this every time I'm on air now, because I know we've got our stores in Chesterfield and in Evesham as well. So and I know we're on there. So a big hello to everyone in the stores in Chesterfield and Evesham. Give them away, Fiona.
I'm giving them a wave. I'm giving them a
there
wave.
There you go.
Hi.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah, if you're watching us in the store and you want to say hello, we would love to hear from you. Get in touch in the usual ways. And Angie on YouTube says, I rarely drink coffee, but when I do, it has to be before noon, or I'll still be running 100 miles per hour at 2 a.m. I always say that as well. I don't know why I've got into this. I always have coffee sort of before midday and then tea in the afternoon. But in the mornings, yeah, I need a lot of coffee. Before I used to do this, I used to work in radio as a breakfast DJ. And yeah, it'd take me about 5 cups of coffee to get started, honestly. There's 4:30 alarm calls. Well, you had an early alarm call this morning, Fiona, didn't you?
I did, yeah, but that's just me. I woke up at something like 20 to 5, but it was handy because I needed to get myself up here. Look at that flower. Look how beautiful the blend is on that. I mean, it's just stunning, isn't it? Can you see how easily? And that's why tri-blends, if they're the first pens you're going for, are a really nice way to get started. Now, needless to say, as you would have expected, I have already done a whole heap of these, but what I will do, she says, having put my dies back there, is just show you, because what you would do is then you take your die, as you can see, and then you're going to put that over there, and you're going to run that through something like your little Gemini Mini or any of them, and look at this.
Brilliant.
Loads to play with there, absolutely loads. But what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to, if I can find my black piece of card. Now this, I've used the Thanks for Everything set here. So on this one you get not only your thanks die, as you can see there, but you get thanks for everything, thanks so much, thanks a bunch, thanks a million, thanks for all you do, thanks for all your help. Just a note to say thanks, special thanks, a million thanks. It's entirely up to you. You've got so many options because you've got the stamp and dies together. It's just brilliant. And again, these will go through your mini as well. And they're such a fine die, they really are.
We're just flicking through the details of those stamp and die sets for you on the bottom of the screen. So they're £5.99 individually or £7.95, or if you go for 3, they're £15 or $20. So a nice little multi-buy deal for you there, and lots of different stamps and dies as well, and that you can use for lots of different occasions. Which is quite nice.
Look, and I mean, this is a heavyweight. This is our matte black cardstock. I've just popped that through. Look how beautiful that is. How fine is that font? It's just really classy, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Really classy. So we're just going to now decorate the box.
Can I ask you a couple of questions while you're decorating?
Yes, ask away.
So Kathy on YouTube says, what dimension envelope would you use for a pop-up card? That's a good question.
I would. Well, it kind of depends how much you're going to put in it. But for this one, I think one of the gusseted envelopes, you know,
right.
the if you've got your envelope maker and you've got that little step down, so that would fit quite easily, because that's no more than what, about maybe 1/4 inch deep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this would go in one of those gusseted envelopes you can make with your Ultimate Pro easily.
All right.
Easily.
And just one more question before and whilst you're sticking.
Yes.
Dina on Facebook says, a question. When I die cut the box, the fold breaks open when I fold them. Suggestions on how to not have that happen, please.
Wet glue.
If
Wet glue, or use one of our tape pens. And if you're using one of our tape pens, the other trick with this is just to rub it. Once you've actually stuck it, just give it a rub. Yeah. Because that's the heat of just rubbing it will activate the glue. And so it's either tape pen and give it a rub, or use a wet glue. Any, you know, our Collal tacky glue, or indeed the all-purpose glue would be fantastic for that. All right,
Dina, there you go. Let us know how you get on. Hopefully that solves your problem. Drea on YouTube says, I couldn't resist, popped over to Facebook to see Fiona's coffee cups. I'm definitely following now. So there you go, Fiona.
Brilliant.
You have to pay me for these new followers. Wendy on Facebook says, thank you for showing my boxes. I've made about 10 so far. Oh yeah, Wendy Frederick, we saw your boxes when we were showing some pictures a few minutes ago. Producer Laura, we'll have a look in just a bit. We'll just follow Fiona sticking the box together. But apparently we've had about 50, 60 photos sent in of your boxes, which we'll have a good look at. And thank you to Michelle on YouTube. Michelle Knits For You says, lol. I love that, lol. Yesterday, I left my earpiece in listening to CC. I fell asleep and I dreamt I was on set and Ben was showing me around, telling me about products. Lol. Well, there you go. I mean,
how brilliant.
See, not only on your TV screen, but in your dreams as well. It's probably more of a nightmare, actually, that I think, isn't it? Me cropping up.
I mean, absolutely gorgeous. So look, I mean, those dies that we've got, things like the thanks, doesn't that work well?
Yeah.
Just on the edge of the box set, it really does. And then it is entirely up to you. You could use some 3D elements on here and just use your 3D glue gel on there as well. So it is entirely up to you. Now, the thing is, you can carry on decorating this to your heart's content. But what I'm going to do, don't forget to decorate the front of the box as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can see how that's beginning to go. And then if I bring in this one, here we go, because I could spend a very happy few minutes just picking and sticking. Yeah. But can you see how pretty that looks? I mean, isn't that just gorgeous?
Like you say, what a real statement piece of a card that you're going to have fun giving, the recipient's going to love, and a great idea, like you said, maybe you've got someone who's allergic to flowers, maybe there's someone who's not feeling so great currently. How much fun will this be giving this to that person? And actually, you know, you think about how much you spend on a bouquet of flowers and then they're gone, aren't they, within a week or so. These are flowers that are going to live on forever, and how cute is that going to look on somebody's mantelpiece. Thank you for all the messages coming in. Deborah on YouTube says, I love the pop-up box cards. I've been using some of the stamps and dies in my subscription boxes to decorate them. Love that idea. Nikki on YouTube says, I'm going to be a first-time grandmother. Congratulations. And I'm going to make these boxes for birth announcements. This is the point. There's so many different ways that you can use these boxes. So many different ways to incorporate stamps and dies that you've already got, and so many different occasions that you can use them for as well. Yeah, I love that idea. Producer Laura saying, you know, at the minute it's very popular, isn't it, to do like big reveals as the gender of a newborn. How great would it be to have one of these to be able to do that for you as well? I just think there's so many different things that you can do. With the collections as well, we kind of covered off all the different bases, because you've got your everyday collection and you've got your Christmas collection as well. So you can either go for the big set of the everyday, the big set of the Christmas, or if you want, you can mix and match, of course, as well, because you can maybe grab one of each or grab a couple from each, however you want to do it. Now, the details for the everyday collection are on your screen right now. Now, with the everyday, I don't know which is my fave, because I love the everyday one for the fact that you've got that ocean paradise with all of the mermaids in. You've got the Once Upon a Time. You've got that vintage tea party. I believe in fairies. Back to Nature, Happy Birthday, and Floral Boutique. So again, something for every occasion. And wow, I mean, again, the kids are going to absolutely love these, aren't they? Really, really beautiful. Remember to get the base card die as well, so that you can create the actual box itself, and then you're away. How much fun are you going to have creating these cards? And remember, for each of the stamps that you've got the die to cut them out. You know, if you've got your tri-blends, get those out, get colouring, you know, to add some real clarity and kind of oomph to these as well, to create some beautiful cards. So the everyday pop-up box die collection is £78 or $104. We've got the Christmas version, of course, for you as well. And that is, well, basically your Santa and your Rudolph. You've got the gingerbread house in there, the poinsettia delights. The Christmas cottage is the one that we saw the demo with Fiona a little bit earlier on. Away in a manger, and we love the little snowmen as well. That is just brilliant. As I've said, you know what, if you are perhaps starting thinking now about making your Christmas cards, if you're looking for something a bit different this year, I just think these are an absolute winner. And like we said, you know, you can create these longer if you like, height-wise, so maybe you can use them for a little, put a bottle in there as well, whatever it might be. You can create them to the size that you would like. You can use all of the different characters that you're seeing here as well, but maybe you've got a few other stamps and dies that you want to use with your pop-up box. Absolutely, you can do that as well. This is the Christmas collection, 118 elements for £70 or $95, $19.94 or $24.70. But as I've said, if you want to mix and match, you can do that as well. And I'm getting so much joy today, not only watching Fiona's demonstrations, but looking at what you've been up to as well with all of your demos. Let me just tell you, we've had so many pictures, so apologies if we don't get round to showing yours. We will show some more as we head through the show here. But this is Angie's. Love this. So the flower forming flowers have gone in the box. So yeah, real kind of bouquets of flowers springing out of the box. But this is the point, Fiona, isn't it? That you can obviously add your own dies in there as well.
Absolutely. I mean, that would be perfect to maybe then make an acetate box and give it just as a presentation. Would be stunning, wouldn't it? Or maybe it would be a gift that you're giving to somebody. I think that's gorgeous. And the idea of putting, in fact, looking at that, I would say Angie has also got some of our double-sided dies that she's snuck in there as well. Doesn't it look sensational? This is the thing. Once you've got the base, you can fill the box with whatever you want. So we're just giving you some fabulous sets and some ideas, but absolutely use the other things you've got at home too.
Susan Ostrowski, I love your box here. So you've got like this is obviously for the man in your life, or is it, you know, for husband, dad, or whoever it might be. It's gone fishing. You can see the fishing rod in there. You can see the pint of beer, the birthday cakes in there as well. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, and I love this. We were only talking about dogs a little bit earlier on, so you've got your little doggies in there too.
Isn't that sensational? And this is the thing, you can really go to town with whatever stamps and dies you've got at home or you've got in your subscription boxes. But whether you do them sort of really right, can you imagine 101 Dalmatians?
Oh,
if
yes.
you've got a little Dalmatian one, you could have 100, well, you might need to put a few more layers in it then.
Yeah, we're going to need a bigger box. And this one I love from Karen. I mean, this is just a ray of sunshine, isn't it?
It
All these
is
beautiful
just
flowers popping
sunshine
out.
in a box.
Yeah.
How gorgeous. I bet she was thrilled. I bet her mum was thrilled with that.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, everybody, so much. Keep sending those pictures in because, as I mentioned, Fiona's here for another, 40 minutes before she has to dash off to do a show on Create and Craft. So come the end of the show, I want to recap on everything that we've got, but I also want to do a bit of a picture gallery if we can. So any more pictures, still time. There you go, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send in those pics and we'll do a little gallery later on in the show. Right, we are back to see some more demos, I think. Are we back to Christmas now?
We're back to Christmas. I just want to show you the various different sizes. So we've just done this size, which was a 9-inch card. Now we're going to do
one.
This little wee one. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that so sweet? Now this one is made using the die exactly as it comes in the packaging. So that's why I thought I'd do it. So if you take the die out, don't add any depth to it. So I've literally just put that right on the edge. If you do it with this is really cost effective as well, because you will get a whole box out of one sheet of A4 card. I mean, that is just sensational, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're thin metal dies. They're going to go through any of your die cutting machines you have got out there. Obviously, they're going to work really well with the Gemini. And the box itself, the box base itself, if you just want to be making smaller boxes, will fit through your Junior as well. So here we go. Oh, I love that sound.
It's quite satisfying, isn't it?
It is. That's the sound of you getting the basics done so that you can have the fun creating. I need go-go gadget arms though, I tell you, I really do.
Inspector Gadget.
Go-go gadget arms, definitely. Right, we're just going to pop this here and take that die off, and you can see immediately, there we go. The minute I take that out, and in fact that's a nice one for you to be able to see, look, you can see all those score lines really easily and clearly in there. I've put my scissors somewhere safe, so we'll just pretend my nails are scissors. There we go.
Oh, good work. I was about to
As
offer you
you
the scissors
do.
I got over here, but you're fine.
Yeah, no, we're fine. They'll turn up again in a minute.
Yeah,
so
when you don't want them.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, then you're just going to fold and burnish, as we've done before, all your score lines in. Don't worry about trying to burnish these, because that's just marks for where your tags are going to sit. There you go, you can see them nice and clearly there. And then that one is going to sit there, and that one is going to pop there. And of course you're going to cut that twice. So one,
Yes.
and then another one. So what we're going to do is, as you've seen me do before, we're just going to put this box together. So just to repeat, you fold and burnish all your score lines, which just means you're just folding where the die has scored it for you. Leave one bit sticking up and don't worry about folding it, because that becomes the back of your card. I mean, it's not a tragedy if you do, to be honest. It just means you'll have all four sides which will flop down.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely fine. And then this one we're going to do both of them. So there.
Hopefully you're seeing by now as well that creating these cards is quite a simple process.
It really is.
Without taking anything away from you, it's the dies, isn't it, really?
It is.
You know,
It
do
is,
the work.
and that is why. I mean, you can make these boxes without a die.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't. And do you know why? Because the measuring would drive me scatty.
It's a faff you don't want, isn't it?
It would drive me absolutely scatty. So then again, what you're going to do is you're just going to glue those together by applying our tape runner or red liner tape down there, or indeed, if you want to and take the time, use a wet glue, and then just give it a rub. And then the same again, and it is easier to do this without putting the tabs in first, I think, because then you just fold that bit over and you can do it all flat like that. And then when you pop it up, look.
Brilliant.
Ta-da, there is the box. Isn't that great? Absolutely fab. So quick and easy, isn't it? Crazy quick and easy. And then we're going to put our tabs in this and then just decorate again. So this time, again, I'm just popping these tabs in, and again, I bend one forward and one back, so it looks like a very long Z or Z.
Yeah.
There we go. Here we go. And then we're just going to pop them in.
Loads of messages still coming in.
Oh, fabulous. Good.
Stephanie on Facebook says, I tossed the used coffee grounds out on my gardenia bush to fertilise. They're wide awake. I've never heard about that.
Oh, does that work?
Apparently.
Oh, I'm going to have to try that. We've got a gardenia outside. I was wondering, yeah.
There you go. Don't toss it out there until you've put the picture on YouTube, though.
Yeah,
Facebook, rather.
Absolutely.
Suzanne says, I added a gift card slot on the inside of the back wall for an added surprise. My birthday cakes look so good, but my cat kept pulling them off the box. Yeah, that is the thing, isn't it? If you've got pets and you've got the bits popping out there, the cats are going to go after them. Gilmore on YouTube saying the snowmen are adorable. Eleanor on Facebook, I only have the gingerbread and the Santa one. I'm thinking about getting the others too. I would do it.
Yeah, and do you know
the
thing is you can then mix and match them as well, which is going to be fantastic.
And I think do you know what? Pam has been in touch with my favourite surname of the day and also my favourite place name. So Pam, surname Rose-Gold.
Oh.
Love that surname. From Spotsylvania.
Wow.
I've never heard of Spotsylvania.
There we go.
VA, Pam Rose-Gold. Yeah, exactly. With a name like that, crafting has got to be your thing. Hello from Spotsylvania, VA. Is that VA? Vancouver? Is it? Virginia. We'll find out. Love your demos of the boxes. It's given me great ideas. Well, Pam, that's what we're here for.
Brilliant.
That is what we're here for. Thank you for that. Oh, by the way, just whilst Fiona is sticking, I just want to show you the 12 by 12 pad that we've got here. Again, gonna be perfect for all of the decoration that you need for your boxes. And also, I mean, for all of your Christmas crafts, these are going to be absolutely perfect as well. So you've got 48 sheets in here and all of these different designs, 3 of each. And we're really, really busy on this particular collection. And as you've seen, I think with a lot of the makes already, Fiona using the pads to decorate the boxes. But as I said, you're not just limited to using these papers with your boxes. Love that one as well. Just a little bit of, if you can quite see it, got some beautiful snowflakes at the bottom there as well. And actually some colours and some paper that you can use on your craft right throughout the year as well. Let's look how many that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 16, 3 of each. I could have done the maths on that really, couldn't I?
And do you know the nice thing about it, Ben, is it's single-sided.
Yeah.
So you don't have to choose your favourite side and sacrifice the other side. So you can, if you want to use the candy canes or the Christmas tree branches or the stripes, it's going to be fantastic. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the candy canes. I think they are just so perfect for this type of year.
VA is Virginia, for all of our American friends who were shouting at the screen just then. Yep, I've just worked that out. Well, I haven't worked it out, actually. Susan told me. And Angie on YouTube says, I want to try the gingerbread house pop-up today. I accidentally ordered the Christmas pop-up collection and forgot the box die itself. I tried without it, but it was so much easier with the die. Yes. Get the die.
You really do. It's one of those that you think, oh, I'll just measure it. And then you're going, yeah, or I could run it through my machine in 9 seconds and it's all done. Yeah. Or
the die we don't have huge stock of. So if you want to get it, if you want to kind of, not worry about that faff, not worry about having to do the measurements and getting it all wrong and then probably, shouting out a few curse words, you need to go for the pop-up box base die. Stock level's not huge on that, so $24.99 or $39.95, but that then will allow you to, well, create all of these amazing boxes to then, that's the point, isn't it? That's the construction part of it. That is what would take you time if you didn't have the base die, but now you've got it. You can then get that done and then get doing the decorating like you're seeing here. 20% of that stock has gone. I love this gingerbread house as well, actually. I think this might be my new fave.
It's really, really, really cute. Now come and have a look at all my fabulous gingerbread bits.
Aww.
Now can you, I mean, it's just adorable, isn't it? Because you have got all of these fantastic dies to play with. You've even got the sides, and you've got a gingerbread paper in the gingerbread set.
Yeah.
So you could stamp that over and it would look like a lattice gingerbread, like the lattice on the gingerbread house. You've got all your little jelly sweets there as well. You've got your hearts, your lollipops, your candy canes on there, and two of the most adorable gingerbread people.
I know.
Absolutely lovely. And then of course, all the dies to cut out all the bits as well. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And then all you need to do is to use them to decorate your gingerbread box. You know, you were saying about working maybe with children.
Yeah.
You could perhaps get the stamp it all out, get the kids to colour it in with whatever they fancy colouring it in with, and maybe they could be making some for their school friends, for their teachers.
Oh yeah.
But you know, some of them, like, what about that Cinderella carriage with the Cinderella?
Yeah.
What about turning that one into a pumpkin?
Oh,
for Halloween.
Yes, little Halloween pop-up boxes.
Wouldn't that work well, eh?
Yes.
That would work so well.
Yes. And you could obviously, then still have the fairies in there too. You could mix and match it all up, couldn't you, really?
You really could.
Love that idea. There's a lot of love for the gingerbread one that you're currently decorating.
Oh.
Peggy on YouTube says the gingerbread one looks very cute. Also, a lot of love for was it the floral boutique from the Everyday collection is very popular. But that again, like you said, isn't it great just for adding a real splash of sunshine with all the different flowers popping up out of the box.
Definitely.
It's brilliant.
So if you see, we're just popping these on here. Do you know what I'm going to do, if it's okay? I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to show you a few other finished samples. So look, if I tip that away, you can kind of see where I'm going with that. I'm going to bring this one in, you can see. So all I've done is I've added the hearts and the gingerbread houses in there. You could definitely see that on all of those on cards as well, can't you?
Yes.
So if I then pop those to the front just there, so you've got that little gingerbread house. Or maybe, look at that one. Isn't it fantastic?
That's like a Christmas gingerbread house. I mean, I don't even know what that is, but I love it. I love it a lot.
Or you're going to go full on traditional gingerbread house. How amazing does that look?
Yeah.
It really is. Or look at this one. Now this has all been done using the stamps and using white embossing.
Oh,
but
come
every
on.
single one of those
Yeah.
is absolutely different. And every single one of them, whether you're going for a diddy one or a huge one.
It's like a gingerbread city you've made there with all the houses.
I have. Isn't that fantastic? But you know, you really can. These are some of those. If you haven't got them in the collection, you're kind of gonna need to, because when you then start adding in Father Christmas,
see, that was brilliant,
his
isn't
chimney,
it? Yes, it is chimney.
Isn't that clever idea? But you know, or maybe you're going to add some of those flowers, and actually what you want to do is you want to send Christmas flowers to someone. Look at that one as well. I mean, oh my word, I do need Go-Go Gadget arms, but this is the thing. Don't they make the most sensational display? Look at that. Amazing. Absolutely beautiful.
I don't know who's got the best display. This is the point, isn't it, though? The displays are going to be amazing. Look at my little display here. Most of these...
Fabulous.
Yeah, and the little ones from the Everyday collection. We've got the beautiful I Believe in Fairies in there. I'll just move these out of the way because I do want to show you the base dies. But as we go through, this one here is the Ocean Paradise. Look at all those mermaids in there. Absolutely brilliant. And again, on the side of the box, all of the little added extras with the seahorse, you've got the anchor, the fish, the shells on there as well. I mean, just brilliant. Which other ones have we got here? Oh, this one is the vintage tea party. Again, look at that. You've got the cakes on there. You've got the little cake stand, the pots of tea, all very nice. These are all in the Everyday collection, don't forget. But yeah, you could mix that with the gingerbread, actually, couldn't you? The cakes and the gingerbread with the cups of tea. This one, which one's that one? That is... It is the top one here, the Back to Nature. So that's included in your Everyday collection. Really cute. And remember, a lot of the papers that you're seeing here as well featured in the paper packs that we have on the show. Oh, and this one, really cool as well. Once Upon a Time, with the unicorns and the rainbows and the princesses, and there you go. Those are the carriages that Fiona was talking about just a few moments ago that you could use as pumpkins for Halloween pop-up cards. You'll know what to do. That's the point. You know, we are giving you more ideas here, but you'll have plenty of stamps and dies and ideas for yourself. But what you will want to have if you're going to make these, of course, is that base die. This is going to make life so much easier for you because, as Fiona pointed out, do you know what? If you wanted to, then yeah, you know, if you could work out the measurements, you could put this together by hand if you wanted to do that. But in my mind, the fun of crafting surely is to be able to get to the good bit as fast as you can. And that's what this allows you to do. Rather than having to worry about measurements, rather than having to worry about, you know, whether it's going to work, you can simply pop the pop-up box base die into your basket. You can let your die cutting machine do all of the work for you, and then within moments, boom, you're done. It's going to cut the box out for you. Of course, remember, you can choose the height of the box that you want with this as well, and then you get all of the added pieces to decorate it, and of course those slats in there as well that you can see just here are going to allow you to attach all of the different characters or flowers or whatever it might be into your box. And of course, as we've seen, it folds beautifully flat for you as well, so nice and easy to post. That is a must-have. It really, really is. But remember, 20% of the stock has already gone. $24.99 or $39.95. Something which is also proving very popular indeed is this little ornate bow. I think we've seen this on a few of the projects so far, and a couple of the boxes as well. Lots of you going for it. It is 10% saving today, £8 or $14 if you want to add this into your collection. I think I can see over the other side of the studio, Fiona's getting her bow out, which we'll look at in just a few moments. Lots of lovely comments coming in as well. Monica on Facebook. Yeah, you know what, we were chatting about this earlier, and it's a really cool idea actually. With the pop-up boxes, you can also use strips of acetate to lift the items up above others for some wiggles. Love a little wiggle, but it brings them to life even more, doesn't it? You know, and I guess as well, using the acetate, the different heights of the strips of acetate, you can then create even more definition as far as foreground and background is concerned. But yeah, it gives you the little wiggle. Betsy says, now I want to pull out my pop-up dies and make some cards. I have the gingerbread and snowmen dies. Well, that's what we're here for, you see, to give you inspiration, to get you to get your dies out. So yes, absolutely do it. We've got some more questions coming in, but let's see what Fiona's up to, and then we'll get those questions to her while she's crafting, because you've only got 20 minutes and you're off, aren't you? You're
Gosh,
off.
You really? Wow,
Yes.
Where's that time gone?
I don't know.
Absolutely
It's flown by.
incredible. Now, I've just grabbed a couple of sheets of card from the Everyday collection. I mean, that is just such a sunshine collection. It's really lovely. Because I thought I'd just show you very quickly this bow and how we make it. Now, I'm just having a quick search.
Yep. For what you lost now?
Scissors.
See.
Scissors.
Did you not find the scissors a minute ago when you didn't need them? I've got some scissors over here if you want some.
Scissors would be good.
These ones do?
Perfect.
Hang on, I'm coming over.
And before
No, they keep disappearing.
anybody says, Ben touched the point, I touch the handle. There you go.
Yeah.
So we're all fine.
All good.
So let me just show you how this works, because this bow is just so super easy that it's worth me just taking a moment just to show you how it works. So, especially as it all fits through the Gemini Mini.
Perfect.
Isn't that a good idea? So you get your outer cutting part, so you can do a solid bow. So there's your bow, your bow bits, the bits which slip round the middle, and the tails as well. So all we're going to do is to pop that in the folder, close that off, making sure my die is all in the folder. There we go. You can run it through.
So handy, the little Mini, isn't it?
It really is. It's a super little machine.
Yeah.
Because it's so quick.
Yeah, mini but mighty, I always say.
Yes, definitely. So there is the bow cut out.
Perfect.
Isn't that good? Come here, you. And
Come here.
Come here. Come here. And here is the tail. So we'll just grab another little bit of colour. It's going to have a different coloured tail, but that will means you can see what I'm actually doing, which is kind of useful, isn't it?
Always.
So there we go. And that is going to pop in as well. And then your ornate bits, it's a bit like having a creator card die. So you can cut it in or out depending on whether you want a really ornate one to lay over the top, but it's so quick and easy. So there's the base, there's the other bit of there, and then you get your little bit which is going to pop them all together. Now these bits here, that's just your pretty filigree bits. So if you want a filigree bow, just cut those bits with it as well, and then you've got a pretty filigree bow like you can see on the packet. So then we're just going to run that through. This is where this Gemini absolutely comes into its own, doesn't it? This little Mini.
It's great. Like, you know, if you are sort of brand new to die cutting and embossing and you don't want to spend a fortune on a machine, you'd be surprised as to how many dies you can get through in Gemini Mini, because I think people sometimes are put off by the name, thinking, oh, well, it's Mini. I bet you can't actually cut too many dies. Well, you're seeing the size of dies that you can put through.
Definitely. You've got a 3" by 6".
Yeah.
Let me just triple check that. Yes, 3" by 6" die there. So there is my die. There's the bits all cut out just here. There's all the random bits of card I didn't need. So we'll just pop that to one side, and I'll show you how this bow goes together, because if you haven't got this in your collection, you kind of need to want to have it. Now, with the bow bit here, this is what you do. Just curve it with your hands, pop a bit of tape just in the middle there, bend that bit into the middle, that bit into the middle, and then your tail is going to snip on the back, but not until we've wrapped the swag around the center of the bow, just to hold everything in place. So that just folds round there just like that, and then all we have to do on the back here is just stick the tail to pretty it all up. Isn't that such a clever little idea? There we go.
Super easy, but super gorgeous.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
And it gives you that kind of 3D element as well, and of course you can use it with the filigree if you want.
Just love that. Well, for an extra £8 or $14, definitely worth considering putting that into your basket, because you know that you'll use it as a nice little, you know, front for your pop-up boxes, but also great for all of your crafting as well. A couple of questions before we get on to our final demo with Fiona. And if you're thinking the final demo, it's half an hour to go. Fiona's got to go in 15 minutes because she's got another show. So for the last 15 minutes, you and I will have a bit of a chin wag. We'll show some more pictures and we'll have a look at some more finished samples. So the questions are thus. Tammy on YouTube says, how large is the finished box when folded for mailing? I'm curious about postage in the US. I suppose depends how big you make your box, doesn't it, really? It
does. I mean, if you make a box, this is a 9" one. This would need an envelope which was probably 9.5" by 7.5".
Okay.
For that big one. But the little diddy one.
So this would be just as it cuts, yeah?
Yeah, the little diddy one as it cuts. you would need an envelope which was, say, 5 inches by 7.5 inches.
All right, and just whilst you're measuring,
Yes.
Irene on YouTube says, what are the measurements for the mats and layers?
They're the same size as the others. That's okay. Look, let me just grab them, because the easiest way to do it is
just to measure the die,
measure the die.
Yeah.
So the square mat and layer is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4,
Okay.
and the rectangular one is 3 3/4 by 2 3/4.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you for doing that. There you go,
Pleasure.
Irene. Lots of lovely comments still coming in. Michelle on YouTube says these would be cute to make place settings for a holiday table setting. Love that idea. Great idea to have these as little place settings. Lisa on YouTube says it would be cute to put all the peekaboo characters in the pop-up box. Yes, absolutely. And we might have some photos which we'll show you in just a bit of those. Molly Hannah on YouTube says about the Mini. I love my Mini. It fits so many dies and does a fabulous job cutting. Yeah, absolutely it does. As I've said, the Mini is a great machine. Mini but mighty. Cuts so many different size dies, but also, as we've said, does a fabulous job as far as that cutting is concerned as well. So definitely worth looking. We have got the Minis in stock currently if you want to go for those. Right, for the final demo of this particular show before Fiona rides off into the sunset.
Right, so I've just been doing some stamping as well, so I've stamped out some of the characters. So I am using I Believe in Fairies this time round, because in this one you get that fabulous fairy door in there, and you get the little fairies. I have a fairy door in my house. Well, for the fairies to come in. It sits on the what do you call it? I was trying to say the curve. I don't mean curve.
You mean
what do I mean?
The skirting board.
Skirting board. That's the very word I mean. Now, yeah, absolutely.
We have one as well, and my daughter mainly writes to the fairies and leaves little notes for the fairies. It's on the landing, and she found out that her fairy in her house is called Thumbelina. And she went through a phase of writing little notes to Thumbelina, asking for various things. And a lot of the time, Thumbelina would write notes back and leave little presents outside the fairy door for Daisy, my daughter. And Daisy, she's very kind and sharing and caring little girl. And she thought, you know what? She said to me one night, she said, you know, I write to Thumbelina all the time at my fairy door. Do you think I should start asking, you know, for Thumbelina to get presents for other members of the family? What about you, Daddy? And I said, no. I said, no, don't do that for me. I said, it's your fairy door. You write to Thumbelina when, you know, you want something, you want to ask something. But anyway, turns out the next night, she'd written a note to Thumbelina asking for her to leave a bottle of wine out there for Mummy. It never materialised though, funny enough.
Not?
Never materialised. No. But they're so cute, those fairy doors, aren't
they?
They
really are lovely, aren't they? And you know, the nice thing about all of these is they're so super easy to colour. So, I mean, just look how quick and easy these are just to bring them to life. They're just gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really are just stunning. So, I thought, as this is my final demo, and I've been talking about using these dies, I mean, just look how lovely that is. And should we we're going to have a little blue Canterbury bell.
These are all the tri-blends again.
These are all the tri-blends. They're just super easy for this kind of thing. I mean, just good fun. And then, of course, you get the dies as well, so that you can cut all the bits out. So there we are, a little bit of that blue going on.
You can see at the bottom of the screen as well details of the tri-blends that we've got available for you. If you use that code Spectrum20 at checkout, you will get an extra 20% off an already good deal. So $19.99, $29.95. Of course, if you're a member of Club Inspire as well, you've got that discount and then a further discount with that code. Super.
Wow. So look, there's my little blue bell.
Love it.
Coloured in there. But what I decided to do was to actually show you what I mean about using these on a card. So I've got an 8x8 card blank here, but it could be whatever size you want. And I've taken, now this is from that little everyday 8x8 card pack.
Oh yes.
So I'm going to put myself a matte and layer on just there. There we go. The paper is just so pretty. I mean, look at that. You've got hearts and flowers. What's not to love? That is gorgeous, isn't it? So we're going to pop this on here.
Just whilst you're talking and sticking, just showing you some of the papers that you've got within this paper pad as well. So it's 48 sheets again, 3 of each, 16 designs. Love those clouds. They're really cool.
Really gorgeous. And then all I've done is put another smaller matten layer, which is going to be my base. And then what I can do is just start to decorate all the bits. So this could be, so look, we've got the little home there, the little fairy door with the home sign on it.
It's really cute.
Gorgeous. We've got to have a couple of flying fairies,
Oh,
haven't we?
yes.
There we go. And you do get a couple of the fairies in there as well. So there's a little friend just down there. Maybe some toadstools going on at the bottom there, which is just gorgeous. Let's have a little flower just behind her there. And then what I've done is I've taken, you know, again, that set, those dies that we've got, I've taken the happy birthday this time round. So I've just got the birthday, because I just think this works so well, doesn't it? It
does, yeah.
Look at that. So there you've got the birthday, and I've just stamped out the happy on another little mat.
Great.
Okay, so I'm just sticking now, I'm just playing.
Well, we've got more comments coming in. I know we've got lots of pictures to have a look at, which we'll do after Fiona has disappeared. Wendy says, I make my boxes so they fit in an A5 size envelope. So there you go. I think that goes back to the question that we had earlier on about envelope sizes for the boxes. Andy on YouTube says, I used my mini for all of the flowers in my pop-up box featured. It is a workhorse and a permanent fixture on my craft dining table. Yeah, I think great as well, isn't it? If you don't have a lot of room, maybe you don't have like a designated craft room at home, the mini is absolutely perfect and great for crafting on the go as well. And lots of messages about the fairy door as well. Astrid on Facebook says, Daisy sounds gorgeous and big-hearted. Well, she is gorgeous, but then I'd say that because she's my daughter, you see, so I'm probably biased. But she has got a big heart. She's a very kind little girl, actually. Very kind, very thoughtful, very sharing. She gets that from her mother. No, that's all me as well, as I'm sure you know. And Carrie on Facebook says, wow, a fairy door sounds like such a sweet thing to have in the house. Well, it is. The only thing I can say is that, you know, if you are thinking of getting a fairy door, I think they tend to work more for the children, you know, if the children writing to the fairy and writing requests and things. I don't know if it works for the adults as well, Fiona, does it?
Clearly does.
Oh, it does? Well, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Good.
Why should the kiddies have all the fun?
Dear fairy, please can you send me a sports car?
Yeah, that one hasn't quite worked.
Not quite yet, no. Can't get it through the fairy door, you see.
Absolutely. But you know, they're just good fun, aren't they? Just really quirky. And you can see I'm just going to carry on and create my own little fairy scene.
Just whilst you're sticking as well, because we've had a message from Nikki on YouTube which says, Fiona, your colouring is beautiful. And earlier in the show, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, I really wish I could colour like Fiona. I think, again, for people who were perhaps looking at, I mean, you are brilliant at what you do, obviously, but the tri-blends, for people who are, you know, wanting to create and they were perhaps struggling with their colouring, they're a great first point of call, aren't they? They
are a brilliant first port of call because they will give you the confidence that you need to have a play. But do you know what? Colouring is all about having a clear system. And what I love about Crafter's Companion is that I'm going to bring in this one because all the bits are all stuck down so that you can see. There you are. So isn't that sweet? So this is what I mean about using them just as cards, which is just great. So that is going to sit just there.
Phenomenal.
But what was I saying about colouring?
Oh, yes,
colouring.
The tri-blends.
Crafter's Companion system, whether you start with the tri-blends or whether you start with the classiques, there's a hint. If you start with the classiques, it is entirely up to you because the thing is you need a light, medium, dark. The joy of the tri-blends is that you get your light, medium and dark in one pen. So the minute you pick it up, you know you're ready to go. But if you've really got into colouring, and so many people have, particularly this year, there are so many people who have got into their colouring,
Yeah.
they absolutely can. So for example, this coral one, you can see right here, the minute you pick up a tri-blend, you know you've got your light, your medium and your dark colour all in one go, which is just fantastic. And it gives you your shade. So the other thing is, you can use tri-blends with your other pens in your collection as well. Entirely up to you. But look at the variety of colours that you get in here. You've got something like 48 different pens.
Wow. 3
colours in each. I can't do the maths.
3 times 48.
That's a Laura colours, isn't it? That's a Laura colours. So if I just grabbed a piece of card and we'll just take it with here. So here.
146.
That's a lot, isn't it? So
it is a lot, yeah.
It's basically a lot.
Basically, yeah.
It's basically a lot. So look. You can colour. The thing about alcohol blending is you don't get, it's not like using, you know, an old-fashioned felt tip we used at school. Not like that at all, because you don't get the lines in it. Do you remember when you coloured with felt tips when you were at school? You've got lines in it.
Yes.
So there is your lightest colour, there is your darkest colour, and then you just go in with your mid colour. And you can see that line of the darkest colour just disappears right by your very eyes. And then you go back to your lightest colour. And would you believe it? Look at that.
Yeah.
You blend that colour away. And as that alcohol evaporates, what you will get is a seamless, smooth blend. And that's why, look at that.
That's phenomenal.
Just between your eyes. And you could just carry on now and carry on going. Isn't that easy? So simple to do.
Yeah.
I wonder why I chose the same colour as my top. But anyway, there you go. But it's so easy. And look at that simple blend that you get going through. And the reason why you get that simple blend is, I'm going to turn this over. Can you see?
Oh, yes.
That's what you want to see on an alcohol coloured product, which is why if you're sitting there going, oh, the colour goes straight through, yes. The answer to that is absolutely yes, because that is what is going to give you that beautiful, smooth blend.
A brilliant demo, and hopefully now you're kind of getting the idea with these tri-blends. Robbie on Facebook says, colouring is all about practice, practice, practice. Fortunately, it doesn't take much with the tri-blends. They are wonderful. And Nikki D on YouTube says, I've used many different pens, but the tri-blends, OMG, are amazing. Let's just give you the details of some of the tri-blends that we've got on the show for you. A whole host of different colourways which we will speed through for you. So they're $19.99 each. You get 6 different colour pens within that sort of colour palette, if you like, and then within each of the pens you've got the 2 ends in the middle, so the 3 different hues, the 3 different shades of each pen. So yeah, six pens, 8 different packs to choose from, and of course 3 different shades within each pen. It's lots, as we've discussed. $9.99 or $29.95, and of course with the Spectrum pens as well. That code again is Spectrum 20. So again, you look at that price, $19.99. If you're in our Club Inspire club, you'll never pay that price anyway, because you're either, you know, gold, silver, platinum member, so you're getting a discount, and then you're getting a further 20% off as well. There it is. Enter Spectrum 20 for an extra 20% off at checkout. I know we've got around about 15 minutes or so left to go on the show, but we've got to say goodbye to Fiona, who is off to go and do a show on Create and Craft. When are you back with us?
I am indeed. I am back next week on the 9th. There we go. And I can't remember what I'm doing. Something exciting, probably something sparkly.
Well, listen, as always, an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Always great to have Fiona in the house. And listen, we have got more to show you here before I say goodbye. We're going to recap on all of the goodies that we've had on the show. Also, we've got literally tons and tons of pictures that you sent in, so we'll have a look through those as well in the next 15 minutes. So hang fire, you might just see your card here on Crafters TV after we've had a little look at this video, which will give you more information about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
There you go, details of our Club Inspire right there. I know loads of you have obviously joined. New customers, 20% off your first order, 250 bonus points as you've seen. Then you can join with us, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. And of course, you'll never end up paying the price on the screen because you always get the discount. Now, if you have just joined us, you're wondering what's going on. Is little old me and you for the next 12 minutes or so as we just kind of recap on everything. And listen, we've had so many pictures come in that you sent us with the creations that you've made with the box card dies. We'll have a look at those very shortly, but I just want to recap on the deals that we've got on this show for you. Have a look at some finished samples as well. I've loved this show. I really, really have. It's the first time that I've seen the pop-up boxes on Crafters TV, and I know lots of you will be seeing them for the first time as well. So you've got 2 different collections. The first one is your Christmas pop-up box stamp and die set. Now with each of these, you do get the dies and the stamps to be able to create the images. So this first is your Poinsettia Delights, absolutely beautiful. And of course, you've got the ability to make these boxes as decorative as you want to, as standout as you want to, or you can go a little bit more minimalistic if you want to as well. But that is the first set that you get within your Christmas collection. We've then got, I mean, this is brilliant. I love the sample. We'll see if we can find it in a minute, actually. The sample of Father Christmas popping out of the chimney. So he is included in this collection. Of course, it wouldn't be Christmas without Father Christmas, would it really? With his sack of toys and Rudolph and the sleigh in there as well. That is included. Now, next up, we've also got your snowmen. Lots of love for the snowmen on the socials today as well, actually. Again, all of the snowmen. And then you've got all of the backgrounds as well, the little mountains and the trees to create your pop-up box with the snowman. One of the most popular individuals as well, actually, that one. Also in the Christmas, oh yes, we've loved the gingerbread house. How cool were the cards that Fiona was showing us earlier on? She did that little demo earlier, and then we kind of had like the gingerbread cottage, then we had like the sort of the gingerbread sort of 3-story, and then we had like the gingerbread mansion at the end, didn't we? But great, of course, that you can create the boxes to your own specifications, and that is your gingerbread house with Mr. and Mrs. Gingerbread, I suppose. Next up in the Christmas collection, you have got this beautiful Christmas cottage. This is the one, if you didn't join us earlier on, first of all, where were you? But secondly, you can rewatch the show back and see this in the first demo that Fiona was showing us earlier. Just absolutely beautiful, creates a really wonderful sort of winter snowy scene, if you like. And then last but by no means least, we've got the Away in a Manger. And again, this is all of the characters that you need kind of to make your own nativity pop-up box with the stable, with the little manger, and then you've got all the animals as well included. So all of that is there. So you get your stamps and your dies, 118 elements in total. And we can just have a look at a few of the finished samples as well, because it's well worth doing, because these are absolutely gorgeous. It's all very well to see them on the boards, but then when you see them as is. So the great thing, of course, about them is that they will fold flat for you, and then when the recipient opens them up, boom, you have got something which they are going to absolutely love. That is your Christmas cottage. What else have we got in here? Oh, yes, we've got to have a look at this one again. Let me just fold this one up. This one is brilliant. Again, with the pop-up box base die, which I'll show you in a mo, you've got the ability to change the height of the boxes as well. I mean, that's just phenomenal, isn't it? With the gingerbread men, the gingerbread ladies in there as well. I love the little wafers in the background. Great idea that we've had, and lots of people saying about using acetate as well on the little slats to create even more wiggle and wobble on the boxes as you pop those open. And then one more for now. What shall I show you? Ah, yes. This was one of my faves as well. I was talking to you about just a few moments ago. Father Christmas there with Rudolph just popping out of the chimney. Again, beautifully decorated. And you can see the kind of cards that you can achieve. Real crowd pleasers, aren't they? The cards that people are going to absolutely love and display on their mantelpiece. Maybe Christmas after Christmas. I love it. So that is the Christmas collection, and just a few ideas there for you too. Of course, you can go for these individually should you want to, and you can also mix and match. They are available on a multi-buy as well. So the everydays, I'll tell you the ones that we've got, and then I'll show you some of the finished samples that we've got here as well. So the everyday collection, you have got your Ocean Paradise, you've got your Once Upon a Time, you've also got Vintage Tea Party, I Believe in Fairies, Back to Nature, Happy Birthday, and Floral Boutique. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 7 collections within the everyday collection, £78 or $104. But again, remember, if you are one of our club members, you'll be paying a lower price than that, because you'll either be silver, gold, or platinum, won't you? That's brilliant. So just again to show you, you're seeing some of the finished samples here. I love the fact with the everyday that it does exactly what it says on the tin, for the fact that you have got something for every day, every occasion, every family member, every friend really. The everyday collection was proving really popular earlier on, still as popular, but lots of you now plumping for the Christmas collection as well. If the budget doesn't stretch to the full collection, of course you can mix and match too. So you can go for 2 of these, 2 for £26 or $35. This one is the Floral Boutique, as you can see. Great way to be able to send flowers without the expense and the fuss. And of course these flowers, boom, are going to last forever. Also included, I'll show you this one. As I say, you'll have to make your own sound effects. This one is great. Whoop! The Vintage Tea Party. Love, 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 love it. So you've got your pots of tea, your cups of tea. Love the fact that you've got the little cake stands as well. You definitely need to go for the acetate, because doesn't it look great just to have that little bit of a wiggle and a wobble as these pop out of the cards as well. This one, a firm favourite for me. I know my daughter would love this one. Look at that. Oh, boom. Right there. So that one is your Once Upon a Time. Again, we're talking about unicorns and rainbows and fairies and that beautiful carriage in the two. As we talked about, and it's great, isn't it? The fact that you're going to have a lot of fun popping these together, working with your kids, working with your grandkids as well, and just having a great time. I think sets like this are brilliant, particularly on the lead up to Christmas. You know, when the kids break up from school and there's about a week, isn't there, before Christmas arrives, and they are so giddy, they're so excited, and you're looking for things to do to kind of keep them occupied whilst they're waiting for Father Christmas. Sets like this are going to do just that. Now, I know we've got is it this one here which has proved popular? Is that one the Floral Boutique? I want to say that it is. Take a look at that one. This is included in the everyday as well, just to show that you have got lots of different ideas, lots of different die sets for each occasion. And again, just great that you can fill your box up with all of those beautiful florals. So in the everyday collection, you've got flowers, you've got a tea party, you've got fairies and unicorns and princesses and all sorts included for £78 or $104. If you love both collections, I mean, you can go for both, but if you want a little bit of a selection from each, you can do that as well. You can mix and match those up. Details on the bottom of your screen there as to how you can do that. Now, of course, we've seen how you can use these collections to create normal cards. Well, you know what I mean, your standard cards. However, you want to be able to create the box, right? well, you will need to go for this. So this here is the mechanism, I suppose, if you like, for you to be able to create the box. So you've got the die. I mean, as I said, when we talked about this, you know, if you wanted to be able to do this by hand, do your own measurements, then absolutely you can. But that's faff, isn't it? That's time. You want to get on to making the box and having the fun of putting these cards together. So this, you're just literally popping through your die cutting machine. It cuts your base, and then it cuts all of the other bits and pieces that you'll need as well. So you've got all of the added accompaniments with your little tags that you can pop on there. And then it also cuts the little slats, which go just here, for you to be able to pop on all of your different characters as well. And as we've seen, the great thing is with this is that you can cut this as is, and you'll get a box. I think that is just the one cut, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So you can get a box this size, but then of course you can extend the score lines and create an even bigger box as well. So you can kind of go as tall as you want to go really with this. And of course, once you've got the slats in place, you can then attach all of your amazing characters there as well. This is 20% of the stock gone. If you're getting any of the collections today for the first time, definitely pop this in, because that's how you're going to be able to create the pop-up box base. $24.99 or $39.95. And just to say, we don't have a huge amount of stock of this, so get it whilst you can, get it whilst it's here, because you know you'll be coming back to this time and time and time again. Once you've used it for the first time and seen how much fun it is, and once you've given one of these pop-up box cards to somebody else and seen the smile on their face when they receive it, then you'll come back and use this over and over and over again. Get this in your basket and then maybe mix and match. Go for an everyday, go for a Christmas one, or maybe just go for this and use some of your existing stamps and dies as well, which is what loads of people at home have been doing, because you've been sending in your pictures like nobody's business. Oh, do you know what? These are really cute. So there is Maisie's pop-up box there as well. Is that a dog? Yep. It is, yeah, sorry, I'm having to stretch forward. They took me glasses on, don't I, really? So, I mean, what more can you want? You see, a pop-up box with your pet there as well. That is just absolutely beautiful. And there we go. Maisie, just brilliant. This is what I'm talking about. These are brilliant for the adults, but brilliant for getting the kids involved as well. And the kind of craft that they're going to really enjoy, and it's going to really kind of get the creative juices flowing. I love that kind of family time, you know, father-son time, mother-daughter time, working with the kids, working with the grandkids, and having such fun with these. Take a look at Maureen. So Maureen's taken the idea of the box die and then made some graduation cards as well. Again, just great, isn't it? Because when these open up from flat, it's the boom, it's the celebration of what pops out of the box, and what better thing to celebrate than the graduation as well. Now, Ryan Tyler sent in a card. I mean, this is great. I tell you what, there's been a lot of love on the socials for the gingerbread, and there's been a lot of love on the socials for the snowmen as well. But this gingerbread party is brilliant, and that one is from our home to yours, isn't it? Absolutely love it. Next up is Deb. Now this looks a little bit like the hunky-dory Magic Christmas, doesn't it, that we had yesterday in the background there. But whichever way, I like that. It's got the kind of snow globe effect. And the glitter and snowflakes collection there on the front too. But as you can see, it looks like Deb has extended the box, so you've got a slightly larger box there. So that's absolutely brilliant. Love that. Yeah, use some of your edgeables on there as well, which Katie's done. Take a look at that. That's brilliant. So you've got Father Christmas and the reindeer flying over the villages, the houses there. That is just such a great idea, and this is what we're talking about. You know, it's great that we've got all of the different varieties and options for you here on the show, but then actually you can pop in all of your dies and stamps that you've got and create your own pop-up boxes too, like Cindy has done. So these are the builder characters. I've got a lot of time for this, Cindy. This is brilliant. It's just almost like a little pop-up zoo, really, isn't it? Look, with the lion and the elephant. There's a unicorn in there as well. There's cats and dogs and all sorts going on there. And that one, again, welcome baby. Love that for all sorts of occasions. And Cindy actually been super busy with a little birthday box. This is great. So, you know, popping out the balloons and the cake and the candles and the bunting and the confetti is all popping out of there. Absolutely brilliant, Cindy. Love, love, love it. Certainly love all of your pictures that are coming in. Evelyn, well, are you kidding me? I mean, this is off the chart, isn't it? Seriously, you know, we were showing you the displays in the studio earlier on, me and Fiona having a bit of a competition to see who had the best display. I mean, this is the best display right here, isn't it? Take a look at that. You've got fairies, you've got castles and cakes and unicorns and all sorts. That's just brilliant. Thank you for sending that one in. And then Helen Bratherton, again, just using lots of different ideas for putting these boxes together with another happy birthday to, does it say Alyssa on the back there? I think it does, yeah, using like little alphabet dies as well to create names, because that's the other thing you can do, isn't it? Yeah, use your alphabet dies as stamps to, you know, spell out names and have like numbers popping out of there as well. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Wow, I've thoroughly enjoyed this show. It's been so much fun. We do some good stuff here, don't we, here at Crafters TV. These pop-up dies are just brilliant. Make sure you grab yours. I'm going for a bit of a sit down. Might have a cup of coffee, funnily enough. It won't be one of those, what was it called again? Macchiato. Yeah, it won't be one of those. It'll just be, oh, have we? I've just been told we've got some in the kitchen. Right, I'm going to explore what coffee we've got in the kitchen. Hopefully you will get yourself a cup of coffee, or, you know, fancy something a little bit stronger, why not? Grab it, and I will be back with you in around about 1 hour's time, because we've got a cartload coming up, and I've got me a Debbie Robinson to go and find. So deals galore coming your way after a quick cup of coffee. We'll see you back here in an hour. Bye for now.